Good morning guys, welcome to another vlog. This vlog is round 4 Hi-tec All-Stars National Series. It's bright and early, we're about to head out to the track, home track. So a little bit of a sleep in, not much prep, just got the car on the trailer last night, loaded it all up. So we are home, it's going to be good. The field looks pretty strong as always in Queensland, a lot of good drivers. So we're going to see what we can do. Kind of woke up with a bit of a cold, so hopefully we can shake that today in practice and qualifying and get into battles tomorrow. But from what we seen last time, we blew the bumpers at Winton, so we got fresh new bumper. Got a spare one in the shop in case we do blow another one. We got the rear all back on, so car's looking pretty minty. It's all fresh. Nice and washed after all the dirt excursions at Winton. Not the best round at Winton, got a couple points, but we're still in 7th for the championship, so we're still hanging in there, which I think is pretty good for our rookie year, our maiden year in pro. So pretty happy with that. We'll see how we go this weekend. Then we got the last round back in Melbourne, November, just before we go to Japan for the final Drift Japan tours for the year. There are dates for next year, but November is the final. Very excited for that. I've just done the itinerary for it. It's going to be a massive trip. We're going to go to Ebisu straight after and shred there. So I'll be taking my S14 there, and very keen to get very first ever Japanese Matsuri under the belt. So we'll go get a coffee. We'll get ready to rock and roll. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so we're out at the track now. We made it out. Done our driver's briefing. Been out on track for a little bit of practice. I've done one pair of tyres now. Car feels amazing. Car looks amazing. We've done a little promo with Link ECU. So we're just going down the judges stand and just going to try and get a view from what they can see. See if we can get the line more dialed. I've done plenty of laps here in QR, but haven't really done many this year, so a little bit rusty, but it feels kind of good. Car's good. A few of other problems with the other boys' cars, but we should be all right. We through the Drift Japan tours, we are offering Hi-tec sponsorship or a prize. So next year, 2 pro drivers will get a trip to Japan, and the winner of Pro-Am will get a trip to Japan also. So something to support the local drift scene and get everyone that enjoys drifting here over to Japan with us and have a rip. So that's pretty exciting to be involved in. See if we can get down and have a look from the judging stand. Different perspective from standing here where the judges are. It's good to see the line. We'll see if we can implement it. I mean, it's easy to say that's where you should be, but now I've got to go do it. What happened to your door? When was that? Today?
Like 3 laps in.
Who?
Colin, 86. Spun on turn 6. Like I'm like there, he was there and I was there. And he just went, and I went back.
Alright, it's Sunday, it's race day. We are back. We qualified 9th. Very happy with that. Saxon unfortunately has broken his car, and the team decided that we'd let him drive ours. He qualified in it, so we'll be racing each other today. The bracket lines up like I thought last night. We should be on opposite ends, so it shouldn't affect the battle together if we make it all the way through. There's still 3 more to qualify. Unfortunately, Benke's blown his rack. He's also in pro, so that might change up the order, but we'll see what happens when he gets out there. But yeah, pretty happy with 9th. The first one was a bit of a throwaway, the second one was good, and then obviously put us in that spot. I think it was equal 8th with Benny Barnes, but he had a better second one, so we might see him in the top 16 if it all works out. We'll do some practice this morning, get some in-car, and we'll see how we go.
I think if you're alongside him, you're going to go, whoa, what's going on here? Now, we need to find out who has come out in this car, because we know Saxon Moyes, unfortunately, missed a couple of rounds due to mechanical issues, and he has now teamed up with Ben Hodges in that car. But it looks like Benny Hodges will take the lead now in the Link ECU entry over Mark McTiernan, who's double entered this weekend in both Pro and Pro-Am. Nice job from Benny Hodges. It's his home track. Surely he's got to put a show up on the ground. Nice there, Mark gets right up on the door as they go through turn number 2. Good angle from Hodges though, out to the outer clipping zone. Oh, he's getting really close. Nails that right foot down all the way through the final corner, and look at them emulate each other as they come onto the main straight. They'll have a great conversation, I reckon, as they drive around the track.
Yeah, mate, that was a really good run from Ben there. I did notice that Mark had a bit of a late entry there. But yeah, seemed to piece the rest of the run back together all right.
Yeah, he did. He made up for Mark McTiernan, I thought, and Benny Hodges there just trying to keep the car smooth, be super consistent this weekend as he comes out in the S15. And we'll have a look at the Tri-Ace replay now, and we'll try and dissect this run right out to the outside. He was almost on the dirt too, as a little bit of handbrake there just to trim the line up a little bit. Nice through the outer clipping zone here, and the transition is where we're really looking. McTiernan really closes the gap. Just trying to see, he got right up over that ripple strip too, trying to stay up with Benny Hodges. We know how powerful that 2J is in that car.
Yeah, you can see Mark had to sacrifice a little bit of line there just to keep it on Benny's door there, and a little bit of looked like understeer coming into that first corner. So we'll see what the next run looks like.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, because he is going to lead out Mark McTiernan over Benny Hodges. And that's, I suppose, if you've got a slightly faster car now, you've got to adjust your style of driving to make sure you can slow that down a little bit. I think Mark might just be a little bit more comfortable. I've seen how fast he's driven in previous rounds. We've had him at the Hi-tec Drift All-Stars Series. So I think he does have the speed to match. Maybe just wasn't quite comfortable with how he set up into the first corner. We'll have a look here, though. The head down into the first corner, the right-hander sets himself up. Oh, Hodges out really wide. Has to use the handbrake to trim up behind. Doesn't want to make contact. Go the transition back now from Mark McTiernan. At this point, we're watching. Ben Hodges goes really wide. No, the car looks like it's spun out in the background there, and it has. Mark McTiernan now, from a judging point of view, this is where it becomes very, very tricky. Our judges are actually right there on turn 2. They had a front row seat to what happened there. Is it wasn't caused by the lead driver, or was it caused by Benny Hodges in the chase? Because that's the difference between winning and losing this battle.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely hard to see, and the judges will have the best point of view from where they are from that, so they'll be able to make the best call. But Mark put down a pretty solid run, and he was very consistent through that one.
All right, it's the weekend after the event, the drift hangover, as they say. Event's been run, won, done. Congrats to Jabs for taking the win, well deserved. He's always on fire, definitely deserved the win this weekend. Very happy with Saxon, being able to take the car. I think he got knocked out by Jabs, yeah, but performed really well in the car, and I'm actually really happy that he did perform really well in the car. It kind of means for us that we build a car with the capabilities to, you know, go really far all the time. The reliability's there, the power's there, the performance is there, the grip's there. So we just need to drive it better. But it was good to see him ripping my car. It's actually good to watch my car perform in the top level, which is pretty cool. We did take some damage, which was unfortunate. In practice, we went up with Benke, thought we'd have a bit of a fun run. He spun in front of us on turn 3, and we had nowhere to go. Doesn't look terribly bad. The video here I got, the camera was a bit low, didn't shoot at all, but you can see the impact. Obviously broke the window. So, I mean, moving forward, we need to get some weight out of this car. It's quite heavy. We weighed it on the scales when Mitch was up here. She's about 1,400 kilos, and then when I jump in, it's 1,500. So she's a heavy girl, and probably holding back the performance that this car can have. Just being faster off the line, I find it's quite hard to stay with people off the line. And then obviously slowing down, there's a lot more weight to kind of pull up, which might have affected me when we took the loss in our top 24 battle against Mark, which is unfortunate. I'll get the replay of the Hi-tec live stream, and I'll do a little review of it, see where we went wrong, see what we can do to improve, and just try and make that better. But in terms of the car moving forward, it's going to Dave from 180 Fab. We're going to chop the back out of it. It's all the same factory metal in the rear. There's pretty much nothing chopped out of the back except for the wheel well where the spare tyre goes to fit the winters and the radiator. So we really need to improve that, make it easier for us to service the catch cans and everything underneath, and obviously lose some weight and potentially have some kind of crash resistance. If we do tap the wall, instead of just tapping the wall and bringing the whole front end in, we should be able to tap the wall, bit of fiberglass move, and we can continue on the drift or the situation, whatever it may be. Whatever. I think he's got a few touch-ups to do at the front, just for the tow hooks from pulling out the chassis, so we need to fix those up. But so yeah, we'll get Dave on this. He's going to do that rear end for me. He's also going to mock up another one so that I can take it to Japan for my 14 in Japan, which should be cool, because it did take a big hit with one of the students or the guests or coming to Tokushima Kartland and putting the wall. So the rear end on the 14 is a bit munted, so we thought we'd do the 15, we'll get a jig for it, we'll take some bars to Japan and we'll fix the 14 over there. So that's the plans for the future. If we get the LZ invitation, we'll go do that, and then it'll be the last round of Hi-tec in Melbourne for the car. But the adventures will continue. Obviously, straight after that last round of Hi-tec, I go straight to Japan. Benke will already be there with the tour, and we'll start vlogging some more of the tours. Get some more content on my 14 for you guys, so you'll be able to check that out. But we'll do this breakdown, drift breakdown, kind of like what Chelsea does, of just what happened on the weekend, so we can kind of analyse it, see where we went wrong, see where we can improve, and just try and be a better driver. All right, thanks for watching, guys.